It's the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
West guys, 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 West guys. These guys know sports. Yeah. These guys know sports. These guys know.
And welcome to Wise Guys. These guys know sports on this Wednesday, July the 22nd, on the Worldwide Sports Network with my co-host, Mr. Clarence Nixon. What's up, Clarence?
Hey, what's going on today, man? Happy Wednesday, brother.
Happy Wednesday to you. Everybody remember, go and follow Wise Guys on Twitter at WiseGuys_H, also on Facebook, Wise Guys. And be sure to follow Wise Guys on Instagram at These Guys Know Sports. We live here on the Worldwide Sports Network. Clarence, man, how you doing, brother? How your day going? How's your last 2 days been going since we did our show Monday? How everything going?
So everything been going smooth, man. I actually been like cooking more. I've been cooking more at the house, and I'm about to throw down my famous cheeseburger and stuffed burgers and fries.
Okay, so that's your special. You got any kind of special recipe that you do when you cook that, man?
I ain't gonna lie, my favorite food. I love cooking jambalaya. I love cooking jumbo. Y'all should try my jumbo.
Try your jambalaya. Okay. I might have to try that one day, man. We'll see, man. Definitely. But I know you said you did yoga over the weekend, so you've been doing any little.
Yeah, I'm supposed to go work out tonight. My brother been calling me, but yoga been good though. You know, I've been stretching real good, and I've been feeling real calm and collected. And I'm trying to just utilize it while we doing the show, baby. So I'm trying to get more collected, man.
Yeah, because you got to be calm when I be coming at you with these sports facts and destroying you in these sports debates. You got to be calm. I understand, Clarence. I understand, and I have you have my empathy. Okay, you have my empathy. But we're on the Worldwide Sports Network. We got an action jam-packed show. We're gonna talk about later on the show. Antonio Brown tweeting he's officially retired. Also, we're gonna talk about Kobe, Melo, LeBron, KD. If you need 50. Rank them 1 to 4. Who do you trust the most? Get you 50. Also, the NFL decided to cancel preseason games. We'll talk about that here shortly. But we begin in Kansas City with the NFL Super Bowl champions, Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City top stars Tyreek Hill and Chris Jones had some talk about creating a dynasty. Tyreek Hill, I'm going to quote Tyreek Hill. This is Tyreek Hill. He said, I'm just proud of the Chiefs in general for getting all these deals done, man, because they understood right now is our time. Like, this is our window to be great for us to build that dynasty. That was Tyreek Hill using that dynasty word. Here was Chris Jones also. Here's Chris Jones, I quote, "This is only the beginning. Be prepared to have another parade and another parade. We're going to make sure we bring not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, but plus rings to Kansas City. It's been 50 years of waiting, but the wait is over. It's time to create a dynasty." That was Chris Jones with his LeBron James impersonation, talking about the word dynasty. So, Clarence, as we open up the show today, let's talk about the NFL Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs. Can the Kansas City Chiefs build a dynasty?
That's that's like an intriguing question, Mr. Larkin. Let me name the key players of the dynasty that the Chiefs are trying to build. Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, Chris Jones, Frank Clark, Tyrann Matthews, and we all know Mahomes. It takes these players right here to make it all happen, Trey. These players right here, they got to come lights out each and every game. Honestly, these guys that I named are the most important players on this team. I mean, regardless of the offensive line is being reported to Mahomes, but these players that I just named are the ones that's going to help build this dynasty. Frank Clark is a tremendous defensive end. Chris Jones is probably one of the best nose tackles, defensive tackles in the league. And Travis Kelce, in my opinion, he's one of the best receivers. He's one of the best tight ends and the best tight end in the league. And Tyreek Hill's a top 5 receiver. So if you construct all these players into this dynasty, I truly believe that they can win multiple Super Bowl rings. They can win multiple Super Bowl rings because they have the talent on both sides of the ball to compete at the next level and can help lead this team into the Super Bowl, into the dynasty that they're trying to make. I truly believe that these 6 players that I named are beneficial to the dynasty. And if these guys are not beneficial to this dynasty, man, I don't know what to say. But I truly believe they can build a dynasty. They can build a dynasty.
Let me ask you a question. I think before we really dive into this debate and this conversation as to whether or not they can be a dynasty or not, I think we should define dynasty because that's the important part here. We got to define dynasty. Let me ask you a question. Do you believe Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, do you think they were a dynasty with the Patriots?
Yes, I truly believe that. I believe that they built a dynasty over the time being. Like, they 11 straight divisional titles. They own the AFC East over a decade and 6 Super Bowls that they brought. And don't forget the one that back-to-back year early in Tom Brady's career. That started it right there. Then their team always been loaded with great stars and stars that's going to be future Hall of Famers in the years of coming. I truly believe Tom Brady and them, they was a dynasty team.
I agree with you. I believe Tom Brady and Bill Belichick was a dynasty as well. 6-3 in the Super Bowl. Like you said, 11 straight division titles. They dominated the AFC East, and they pretty much traumatized Miami, New York, and Buffalo Bills fans for throughout the entire Tom Brady era. They pretty much dominated the entire division the whole time. So I think they were a dynasty. But I think when you look at the Kansas City Chiefs, do I believe they can be a dynasty? I say no. And here's the reason why. I say no because when I look at the Kansas City Chiefs, first off, let's start off with the head coach, Andy Reid. Andy Reid, I believe he's 62 years of age. I think he is the second oldest coach in the NFL. We're not sure how much longer Andy Reid is going to be at the helm for the Kansas City Chiefs. And we know part of the reason why the Kansas City Chiefs has been successful over the last 2 years or 3 years is because Andy Reid is the head coach. Andy Reid is one of the greatest coaches in NFL history. When he was with the Philadelphia Eagles, he had the Eagles every single year. They were in the NFC Championship game, at least. Exactly. They were always in the NFC Championship game, had one Super Bowl appearance against Bill Belichick and the Patriots, where they came up short. But Andy Reid had the Philadelphia Eagles as a powerhouse in the NFC. Now he's in Kansas City. And since he's been in Kansas City, they have always been in the playoffs, even before Patrick Mahomes took over the starting job. They were in the playoffs when they had Alex Smith. That's because of the coaching ability of Andy Reid. Andy Reid is a player's coach, but he also knows his football. And he's put together a great, yes, I said great, system for Patrick Mahomes to thrive in. So I think you got to keep in mind, do you believe that Andy Reid, or do you think that Andy Reid is going to coach for another 10 to 15 years? I don't see it happening. I can see Andy Reid hanging them up after maybe 3 or 4 years. When I think of dynasty, I'm thinking about a 10 to 20 year span of dominance. And I think at some point, the Kansas City Chiefs will have to retool. Also, another thing you got to keep in mind, I think we're talking about the sport of football, where it is a very, very physical sport. And there have been other players that we thought were going to win Super Bowls and for their respective teams. Back when Aaron Rodgers won the Super Bowl back in 2010 as a Packers fan, I would have told you that you were crazy if in 10 years Aaron Rodgers would have had another Super Bowl on his resume. I would have said you was crazy as a Packers fan. And he does not have another Super Bowl on his resume.
Yeah.
There's so many things that have to go right for you to win a Super Bowl. Look at Drew Brees and the Saints. They won a Super Bowl back in 2009 against Peyton Manning and the Colts. Drew Brees hasn't been back to the Super Bowl, Clarence. He hasn't won the Super Bowl. It is very hard to win in the National Football League. So when you combine Andy Reid's age, how much longer he's going to play, also with the fact that football is a very physical sport, and from year to year, you don't know what's going to happen from an injury perspective, I believe it's hard to say that the Kansas City Chiefs are an NFL dynasty. I say no. Let's pump the brakes, Tyreek Hill and Chris Jones. Let's relax.
Think about it, though, man. Chris Jones signed a big contract. He's feeling excited. He's feeling poised that this team is just the best of the best. And for Andy Reid, I truly believe that he can go 10 years. Another 10 years. Belichick, what is he, like 73, 74? He's still thriving. He's I think he's 70, but regardless, he's still thriving in the AFC, the whole AFC. And even without Tom Brady, he's still favored. They're still favored to make the playoffs because his coaching ability and the game plans that he does, and just the system that he brings to the team. But for Andy Reid, I think honestly, he's just getting started, man. He's getting started because he got a young, talented quarterback in Patrick Mahomes, which I think was better. I feel like this is the best quarterback that Andy Reid ever like coached, even over Donovan McNabb. Like I just feel like Mahomes got McNabb probably by a far yard. But Andy Reid, man, he's getting started with this dynasty, man. He's having so much success. In 3 years, he's been successful, probably been the most successful coach in a 3-year span. In these last 3 years since Mahomes been playing. And I truly believe that if these 6 players that I just named is still on the team, they can contribute and then it can be something better and dominant. Like, I think this is a team of the Chiefs where this is a new dynasty and there's a new sheriff in town. There is no more Patriots talks no more. There isn't. There is no more Tom Brady's going back to the Super Bowl. Who's going to play Tom Brady? Now the whole narrative is who's going to play Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl. And that's the tone that Andy Reid and the Chiefs are setting right now. And I truly believe that they are building a dynasty very slowly.
You see, here's the thing, though. You forgot one thing, Clarence. It might not be Tom Brady and the Patriots dominating in the AFC, but guess what? We now have 2 superstar quarterbacks in Lamar Jackson and Deshaun Watson in the same conference as Patrick Mahomes. We're looking at Lamar Jackson, the reigning NFL MVP last year, leading the Baltimore Ravens to the number 1 seed in the AFC. And guess what? Look at Deshaun Watson. I just told you about him the other day on the show. If he had Patrick Mahomes' weapons and if he had Patrick Mahomes' support system, he would be putting up similar accomplishments as Patrick Mahomes. Look at Deshaun Watson's career. 71 touchdowns, just 29 interceptions, completed 67% of his passes. He has other superstar quarterbacks that he is going to have to compete with in the AFC. I'm not saying Patrick Mahomes can't get it done. What I'm saying is be on the lookout for Lamar Jackson, the reigning NFL MVP, and Deshaun Watson, a superstar for the Houston Texans. You got to keep that in mind as well. Competition matters. And I think he's going to have to compete with these other superstar quarterbacks in order to position the Chiefs to be in a dynasty. And then you don't know what's going to happen from there. Because just because you get to the Super Bowl, that doesn't mean that you're locked to win it. That doesn't mean you're locked to win it. You still got to go. You still might have to beat the 49ers. We know the 49ers are one of the youngest teams in the NFL. They have one of the great defenses in the NFL. And I don't care what you say or other Patrick Mahomes fans say, they had him shut down for the first 3 quarters of the Super Bowl.
Man. Let it go.
They had him shut down. But you got to think, Russell Wilson, he isn't going anywhere. You got some of these veteran quarterbacks on the NFC who's still trying to win a Super Bowl before they retire. Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees, they still want to add Super Bowls to their resume. So I think we have to pump the Tom Brady as well. I think we got to pump the brakes before we start speaking of dynasty. And I'm going to be honest, even from a basketball perspective, I had a problem with LeBron and Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade when they had their party in South Beach, when LeBron decided to take his talents to Miami and team up with them. They talking about not 5, not 6. I think we got to pump the brakes and just play. Because when you do that, 9 times out of 10, you're going to underachieve. And that's exactly what happened with the Miami Heat during LeBron James' tenure.
But think about it, though, Trey. Tom Brady had the same exact talent in his time coming up. He had Ben Roethlisberger that was dominating at the time. Peyton Manning was the sheriff. People used to think Manning's better than Brady. And who else in the AFC? I ain't gonna lie.
Phillip Rivers.
Carson Palmer at a time that was dominating, but we know unfortunately
don't bring up Carson Palmer before you bring up Phillip Rivers.
But think about
Phillip Rivers.
Look, listen, the Patriots held 11 straight divisional titles. The Bills ain't win a divisional title since 1995. I wasn't even born at the time. And the Miami Dolphins ain't win a division title since 2008. That's 12 years. Look, if the Chiefs can do that with what I believe is a sneaky division with the Raiders and the Chargers and the Broncos, then you can already disclaim it like, yeah, this is a dynasty team that's probably not going to get beaten in the next upcoming year. They're so talented all over the team. The team is talented enough just to be a dynasty, right? This is a team that we go be talking about in a few years. In years, like, man, Mahomes, he's still doing his thing. Who gonna beat him now? Now Lamar.
Yeah, but hold on now. Wait a minute. That's you said we're gonna still be talking about Patrick Mahomes. Just because we're talking about you in the Super Bowl conversation doesn't mean that you're a dynasty. A dynasty, when I'm thinking about an NFL dynasty, I'm thinking about a team over a 10 to 20 year span that wins at least more than 5 Super Bowls. I'm not ready to go there just yet. I'm not ready to go there just yet.
You talking about 5 Super Bowls?
If you we talking about dynasty, right? That's why I said we got to be clear about what our definition of dynasty is. Because I think the Patriots were a dynasty. I truly believe that. You have to win at least 4 or 5 Super Bowls to be a dynasty. But it's the thing. Patrick Mahomes still has at least 16 or 17 years in the NFL to play. And especially with the way they protect the quarterbacks now, maybe even 20 years. Who knows how much longer Patrick Mahomes is going to play?
Look, I'm just saying, in the next 10 years, Patrick Mahomes should at least bring back like 3 Super Bowls. Because the way his contract is paying him, he should at least bring back 3 or 4 Super Bowls, man. Because 2 Super Bowls is not going to satisfy nothing. That's not, you're going to be like, what, LeBron James, three finals in 17 years? That's not satisfaction. And what he's doing is breaking all the records so he can still get that recognition. And we all know how great a player he is, but at the same time, championships matter. And I truly believe if they bring the Chiefs, Andy Reid, the Mahomes, they bring 3 more Super Bowls, we can start considering them as a dynasty team, like a dynasty team, man.
Fair enough. So let's move on to the next question of this segment. Despite the Super Bowl last year, what improvements do the Kansas City Chiefs need to make to compete for another Super Bowl and repeat this year?
Good question. So, because I was looking at their improvement sheets, and I feel like they should play out their rookie class, because they got a nice rookie class that they drafted. I like the Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I like that pick for the running back. That's solidified their running back problems right there. If Damian Williams, he got a 2-year extension, so he's be gone in a few years. It leaves the door open for Clyde, right there. Willie Gay, I like that. I like that pick because at the end, he's a home reckoner, but he's trouble outside. He's trouble outside off the field. But Andy Reid was good with helping people get their head back. I think that the Chiefs' improvements is they have to strengthen up the secondary. The secondary is probably the weakest link on that team, in my opinion. The secondary is the ones that get killed the most. Tyrann Mathieu can't help cover no receiver because at the same time he's covering the middle or he's playing man covers on someone. The secondary get killed, man. And they just lost, and they didn't re-sign Fuller back. So I think that's going to be a big piece, a big thing, a big position they're going to struggle at. It's the secondary position. The linebacker crew is all right because you can deal with Frank Clark. You can deal with I will say Darren Lee, but he got released. But I forgot his name. I can't pronounce his name. But the point is, the secondary is the most improved position that needs to improve because now it's a passing league in the NFL now, and you don't want your quarters getting killed. And we know how GMs do. They cut you if they feel like your performance was not good enough.
We agree on this part of the segment. I agree. I think they need to patch up that secondary. Offensively, the Kansas City Chiefs have no weaknesses. No weaknesses whatsoever. They don't even have to worry about the offensive side of the ball. They have no weaknesses. And when you have a quarterback like Patrick Mahomes, even if you do have a weakness offensively, Patrick Mahomes will basically make plays and do certain things in games that'll make you say, oh, that weakness, he covered it up. He made it look good. Yes, he's a game changer. Yes. So they have no weaknesses offensively whatsoever. Again, defensively, I think they need to try and improve on the defensive side of the ball. And like you said, in the secondary, I saw some games last year where some teams was able to pass the football on the Kansas City Chiefs and keep them in games. See, what you want to do is you have to be able to get stops so you can get more opportunities for Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce to move the football down the field and put up points. So I think defensively, they have to improve their defense and try to get better this upcoming season. I'm not saying they were terrible last year, but if you're at least an average defense and you got Patrick Mahomes as your quarterback, you'll be in good shape because he's going to put up at least 24 to 30 points per game. So if your defense could just stop teams and hold them under 20 points, you'll be in good shape. I think their secondary must improve. Losing Fuller is a big loss. So I think they got to get better in that secondary. If they can improve in that secondary, they'll be just fine. They definitely will be the favorites in the AFC West.
They definitely. Yeah, they drafted like 2 corners out of L'Jarius Sneed and Bo Pete Keys. Them are two skilled corners that I watched over tape, and I truly believe they can take their talent to the next level. But that secondary will get chewed up. Looking at their schedule, man, they're playing a lot of teams that love passing the ball, so they definitely got to upgrade that one. And I'm going to say the linebacker crew, but if your D line is getting all the pressure, if your D line getting all is pressuring the quarterback as they should, it's go help the linebackers and the secondary play better because now they can get in, they can find the ball and make a tackle or sack the quarterback. So
and Chris Jones, nose tackle for him. He covers up a lot of their weaknesses in the run game as well. Chris Jones is a beast in that run game. Yes, Chris Jones. That contract that Chris Jones just signed, he deserved every penny of it. Every penny.
I'm about to hit him up like, hey, man, can I ball something, man? Because he's a beast, man. I'm telling you, man. 33 career sack, 15 and a half flat, 2018, man. I truly believe, man, he's a beast. I thought he was a defensive end. But they say, nah, he's a defensive tackle, man. I'm like, man, this dude is a beast, bro. He got 15 sacks for a defensive tackle. I don't think we've seen nothing like that since Fletcher Cox and Aaron Donald, man. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. For sure.
Damn. All right, man. So let's move on. Let's move on to the next topic, man. So we trying to see if Jason Tatum is a superstar. So Marcus Smart said that Jason Tatum can be one of the best players to ever play the game of basketball. I'm a little iffy on that one though. But Trey, my personal question is to you: do you think, honestly, give me your honest opinion? Be honest, be real with me. Do you believe Jason Tatum can lead the Boston Celtics to an NBA Finals championship?
Yes, I do believe Jason Tatum can lead the Boston Celtics to a championship. When you look at Jason Tatum as a player, I believe that he is a superstar. And Clarence, he is coming. This season, he's averaging 24 points per game on 45% shooting from the floor, 7 rebounds per game, just 3 assists. But he's led the Boston Celtics to the 3rd seed in the Eastern Conference with a 43-21 overall record. Jason Tatum is coming. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. And you remember back in the 2018 Eastern Conference Finals, I remember when the Celtics were going up against LeBron James and the Cavaliers. Yeah. And Tatum had a play. I think it was in game. Was it game 5 or game 7? I can't exactly remember. He had a play in one of those games in that Eastern Conference Finals where he dunked on LeBron James. And he did dunk on that. Yes, he dunked on LeBron James as if to let LeBron James know, yes, I'm coming. I'm coming, LeBron. I'm on my way. I'm on the come up, and I believe I'm gonna say something that I can't believe I'm saying this. And I am a Kyrie Irving fan. I love Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving obviously has a NBA championship on his resume, and he is one of the most gifted scorers we have in the NBA. He is so creative about being able to create his own shot, and his ball handling skills are off the charts.
Yeah, you're not taking that.
I believe that when Kyrie Irving left Boston, it helped Jason Tatum because I think Kyrie Irving took away some of Jason Tatum's scoring opportunities because he was so ball dominant. I think now that Jason Tatum is the leader and clear cut, the best player on the Boston Celtics, I believe we are going to see the best in Jason Tatum this playoffs. And I think the Boston Celtics, yes, I said it, the Boston Celtics will be coming out of the Eastern Conference.
You stop that.
They are going to beat Giannis. They are going to beat Giannis and the Bucks in the Eastern Conference Finals. But let me say this. When it comes to Jason Tatum as a player, when we talk about Luka, we talk about Trae Young, we talk about John Morant, Zion Williamson. If I am picking if I'm starting a franchise and I have to pick one of these young stars to start my franchise with, I am picking Jason Tatum.
Are you serious? Over Luka? Over Luka Doncic, the guy that's averaging a triple-double. And 28 points on top of that. You're ridiculous, bro. You need to get drug tested like Bobo got drug tested because he was clowning the game in the scrimmage earlier. You need to get drug tested.
No.
Let me tell you. But before we do all that, everybody go follow Wise Guys on Facebook and Instagram. These guys know sports, and Twitter Wise Guys _OH. And don't forget to subscribe to our page on YouTube at Wise Guys, and we are here live on a Worldwide Sports Radio Network. Let me tell you something, Trey. I love Tatum. I love his scoring, his gifted scoring ability. I really do. I love the step back three. I just feel like that's so pure that I watched him do that in high school, at Duke, and now in Boston. I truly believe he's a great scorer. But I just believe he's not a leader to the Boston Celtics team. I truly believe that. But he's part of the future. He's part of the future.
You say he's not a leader? He's not a leader?
I feel like he doesn't take on leadership as well as like you would compare him to some other players that are leaders to their team. But I just think for him, he's in a position right now that he wants to show everybody what he's capable of and what he brings to the table because he's more involved in the game. He's averaging 7 rebounds a game, so he's fighting for every rebound down there, second chance points. He's balling. I give you that. He's balling. But I'm not satisfied with the 2.9 assists per game. I don't like that. And you saying he's a good leader, he can lead his team to Celtics, but first, he got to get his team involved. He got to get them involved in the game.
But that's Kemba Walker's job, Clarence. What are you talking about? That's Kemba Walker's job. He's the facilitator. At the same time,
if you're building a franchise over him, you expect him. You should expect him to at least be a contributor. Excuse me, a contributor. I feel like that. But
averaging 3 assists ain't a contributor? What are you talking about?
3 assists? That's not. I feel like he could have raised the bar up more because Kemba ain't played majority of the season. He took over half of the season, leading them with scoring, and he was rebounding good. And in the assist game, there's enough weapons on that team that he can dish out the pass to.
But
man.
what you basically essentially saying is you expect Jason Tatum to be a playmaker. But I believe Jason Tatum is the ultimate scorer. Listen, Jason Tatum, he can get to the rim and finish around the rim. He can create opportunities for others. He can hit the perimeter shot. Also, he can even come in and hit the mid-range shot. He has no weaknesses offensively to his game. I think he is a great scorer. You want him to be a playmaker. That is Kemba Walker's job on this Celtics team. I don't think it's Jason Tatum's role. I think Jason Tatum's role is to put the ball in the bucket. And obviously this year, averaging 24 points per game on 45% shooting, he's doing just that. So I think you want him to be more like a playmaker, kind of like how LeBron is. And like maybe there's other players that have won championships and they weren't playmakers. Kawhi Leonard isn't really a playmaker. Kevin Durant isn't really a playmaker. Say it again.
Kawhi Leonard actually grew into that playmaker because he averaging 5 assists over the season, and last year he averaged almost 5 assists in the final. So he was definitely a playmaker.
That might have been just an outlier season. What I'm saying is, when I look at Kawhi Leonard and Kevin Durant, I don't look at Kawhi Leonard and Kevin Durant as being playmakers. I look at LeBron James as being a playmaker. I look at Chris Paul as being a playmaker, and Russell Westbrook as well as being a playmaker. I've never looked at Kevin Durant or Kawhi Leonard as being playmakers, but they also are still players that you can win championships with, obviously. When I look at Jason Tatum, I think Jason Tatum is a great scorer, and I believe Kemba Walker is the playmaker on that Celtics team. I think you misidentifying Jason Tatum's role a little bit.
No, but at the same time, I can let me break this down to you. I believe that Jason Tatum is gonna be heading into that road that head down that road that KD went down. You know, being a prolific scorer.
And what's wrong with that?
Look. The thing is, if you don't, I feel like you need to expand your game more. You need to expand your game more because you are already the ultimate scorer on the team. If teams game plan against that, they go find ways to stop that. So it's gonna be sometimes
game plan against it. What? How can you game plan against a superior scorer? If you can put the ball in the bucket,
I want to call him superior
great
scorer.
player.
I'm not calling him no superior scorer just yet. I'm not calling him just yet.
I know, but he's only in his third year, Clarence. He's only going to get better. What do you mean? He's already averaging 24 points per game in his third. I think he's in the third year. In his third season, he's only going to get better.
Kevin Durant at the age of 21 averaged 30 points. 30 points. You remember that? He went on the 25 straight streak with at least 25 points. That boy averaged 30 points. We knew at the time, man, this guy is gifted. This guy is the most gifted young scorer that we ever probably seen, bro. That we ever seen, bro. Like for Jason Tatum, I just think that you can bring more out of him. It's more that can come out of him, not just scoring, but getting his team involved. You can definitely bring that out of him.
I'm not saying he don't need to expand his game. I'm not saying that. I'm not disagreeing with you completely. I get where you're coming from, but what I'm saying is, the question was, can he lead the Boston Celtics to a championship? Basically, can he be that number one option? I think Jason Tatum can be a number one option and lead you to a championship, being a primary scoring option.
Over Kemba?
Huh?
Over Kemba? The number one option?
He made the number one option. What are you talking about?
Man, look.
Now it's Jason Tatum. This is Jason Tatum's team.
Man, the thing about Tatum, man, that if this is his team, he gonna have to expand the game more, man. I'm averaging 3 assists a game is not doing it, man. Not doing it, man.
It's called roles. Every team has them. Listen, let's ask the next question on here. Can the Boston Celtics win the Eastern Conference this year? I already kind of gave you my opinion. I'm gonna let you go ahead.
No. You need to get that. You need to get drug tests for that too, bro. You need to get drug tests for that too.
I need all these drug tests.
The first game they play is against the Milwaukee Bucks. So we already getting a preview of the Eastern Conference Finals right then and there. I don't think no one on that team has no answer for Giannis, man. No one on that team has no answer for Giannis, and Giannis and them go game plan against this Celtics team because they don't want to outrun these boys and think that they're doing something, but fail to realize this man Giannis can play both sides of the floor, man. And I think he's gonna be a main person that they're gonna have their problems with. And I don't think Jason Tatum is not coming out the East, man. They're not coming out the East, man. Kemba, he never been in this situation before. He never been in this situation before. He gotta play a role too, and I think he's gonna choke in the moment when, hey, this do or die, man. It's do or die. I'm taking the Bucks coming out. Just like
Giannis choked last year in the Eastern Conference Finals. Yeah, we don't know what we gonna get out of Kemba. Don't say he's gonna choke. You don't do that to him. Don't do that to Kemba.
They smother Giannis, man. If you watch the game, Kawhi Leonard led Giannis to the basket so Marcus Serge Ibaka can cover him in, man. And I think that was a brilliant idea of what they did because he at the time he ain't had no good moves. The only move he got was the Euro step, and that's about it. He had no other moves. Like but I think this year is different, and Boston doesn't have no chance of winning the Eastern.
No chance? Are you kidding me?
Not if they're playing Milwaukee in the Eastern Conference Final, I'm gonna say Milwaukee in 5 or 6, man.
Oh, I'm telling you, man. You are so wrong here. Listen, I already said it. I said it a long time ago that I believe the Boston Celtics will be representing the Eastern Conference in the NBA Finals. Let me ask you a question. If we are talking to if we're doing a starting 5, and we're taking the best 5 players from the Boston Celtics and the Milwaukee Bucks, and we combining them, 3 of those 5 players are Boston Celtics players, right? Because okay, we got because after it's gonna be Giannis and Middleton. After that, it'll be Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and Kemba Walker. So if we're taking the 5 best players from each team, the Celtics have 3 of the 5 best players. That's first thing.
You forgot Black.
Second thing, don't put Eric Bledsoe ain't on that. He ain't in that he's not in that conversation yet. He's not better than Kemba. He's not better than Kemba. But the second thing is, I like Marcus Smart as a defensive specialist. Marcus Smart can get stops on the perimeter. He's one of the best perimeter defenders we have in the NBA, just like Patrick Beverley for the Clippers. That's Marcus Smart role with the Boston Celtics. Listen, I think the Boston Celtics have what it takes to win the NBA championship. They got some young players on their team, Clarence, that are going to be hungry, and they're going to be ready to run in this NBA bubble once we get these playoffs going. Jaylen Brown also is a player who I believe has a promising future. I like Jaylen Brown as a player. Jaylen Brown is nice as a two guard. Like, he can create his own shot. Also, he can get to the rim and get to the free throw line, make his free throw shots. He can hit the perimeter shot. I like Jaylen Brown.
Play defense.
He can play defense as well. The Boston Celtics are live. They are live, and I think you need to show some respect to the Boston Celtics. Like, I don't know why you believe that the Milwaukee Bucks are this team that can't be beaten. Like, Milwaukee this ain't no man. Like, people are killing you with this. Like, I think it's laughable. I don't even think the Milwaukee Bucks are better than the Lakers or the Clippers, obviously, in the Western Conference. And when you look at the East, I think Milwaukee could get beat in the second round, possibly. I really do.
What?
I don't believe
it, bro.
I don't believe in Milwaukee like you do. I just don't.
Stop it, bro. Stop it. I'm telling you, I'm taking you to the hospital because you're getting drug tests tonight.
No, man, I'm not getting
I'm where you at, and we're going to the hospital, bro, because you're sounding crazy. Milwaukee get bounced out the second round? Are you kidding me? Now,
you don't think they can lose?
No, they're not going to lose. They're going to the finals this year, man. What's hard for that to understand, man? They're going to the finals.
Wow.
They're going to the finals, man.
I don't see. I think I got the Celtics coming out of the Eastern Conference. Clarence said he got the Bucks. In what, 5? In 5?
I'm be honest, 6.
Okay, that's 6. Okay, now you want to say 6. And don't forget one more thing too. Coaching matters, and I said on the show the other day, Mike Budenholzer is one of the best coaches we have in the NBA. So I think Brad Stevens also is a great coach we have in the NBA. Brad Stevens, what? Oh, you just say anything now. Now you just say anything. Brad Stevens is one of the best coaches we have in the NBA. All right, let's move on to some NFL. And let's talk about the NFL canceling preseason games. Yesterday, the NFL decided to cancel all preseason games for the 2020 NFL season. Does this affect the young rookies?
Of course it did. Of course it do, Trey. It really do. You know why? Because I can't see Burrow play. I can't see Burrow play. I can't see Tua play. I can't see Justin Herbert play. I can't believe I'm saying this. I can't even see Jordan Love get a snap on in Green Bay. And you know what? Believe it or not, I wanted to see Jordan Love get some action in the preseason because I want you to take a look at your future quarterback when Aaron Rodgers getting booted out of the Green Bay and
no.
right there is going to be your new starting quarterback. I'm not gonna lie. I was pumped for the preseason because I wanted to see how these young bucks play. And when they broke it down to 2 games, I was like, okay, we got 2 games. 2 games was cool. Then a week go off 1 game. I'm like, all right, this the one game that every player on the team got to show, man. They got to ball out. And then they said no games. I'm like, you know what? Just kill me right now because at the end of the day, preseason games matter. I don't care what you say. Preseason games matter. You get your skills tested to the fullest. And you know what I'm saying? They only allow 80 players on the roster. And the Bengals currently got 84. So they got to cut 4 people. That's going to be sad. That's going to be sad because those 4 people is probably going to be working hard. They're probably working hard right now. You got to think about it. The undrafteds in the late rounds, they're competing for a spot on the team. And if they perform good enough in them preseason games, they make the team. Now for this situation now, training camp is about to be coming next week. Now these players got to work their butts off and get ready for September. Basically, the whole August, they're going to be just chilling until September, man. They're just going to be chilling to September. That's not fun, man. That's not fun at all, man. Because when you get a new franchise quarterback, you be excited to see what he does on the field. Like us Bengals fans, we're eager to see Burrow on the field because we love the way how he carry himself. Definitely. And I know you ready to see. I know you want to see Jordan. You wanted to see Jordan Love in the preseason because you're like, dang, was this a good investment or not? Because preseason matters, man. Like Black Lives Matter, preseason games matter.
Yeah, okay. So I agree with you that preseason games does matter for the rookies because I believe you can have all the Zoom meetings you want. You can have all the repetition and training camp as you want with shoulder pads and shorts, basketball shorts on in practice, all you want. You have to have some real live game action. And we were going to get an opportunity to see Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, Tua. We're going to get a chance to see these young rookies in action in the preseason. So I agree with you that it's going to affect these young rookies and them being able to build chemistry up with their teammates. And it's crazy because the first snap that Joe Burrow ever takes in the NFL is probably going to be in week one. He's not going to have an opportunity to have a preseason game where he gets this opportunity to see defenses, read them, and build chemistry up with his teammates. When you play in the quarterback position in the National Football League, the other 10 guys in that huddle, they need to see your eyes in that huddle and see you direct that offense and see that you can be a leader of men. They have to see you in real live game action. I don't give a damn about what you're doing in these Zoom meetings, okay? Because guess what? I could be a good quarterback in a Zoom meeting.
You got a point, man.
You can be a good quarterback in a good Zoom meeting. You have to get out there in real live game action and have real live repetition in the game. And I agree with you. I think it's going to really affect these rookies overall. And it's messed up, but it kind of is what it is. It's really the NFL at this point.
You're showing you don't care about the preseason phase now, Trey. You talking about it is what it is. But listen, imagine if you was a GM and you drafted Jordan Love. You like, hey man, you're starting the first game of the preseason. Since it's only one game or two games, whatever, you're starting and you're showing us what can you do and how we go evaluate you. Because I ain't gonna lie. Watching preseason games, you evaluate your talent. You evaluate them all. You evaluate every single position because preseason matters, man. Preseason games matter. And now there's not going to have no preseason games, and their first snap is literally going to be opening day, like, September, man. You feel nervous, like, man, what happened? This guy ain't who he is, man. I mean, he had a good college year, but what if he's not who he is, though, because he didn't get the reps in preseason because this pandemic closed it out. So
wait, hold on, Clarence. Don't do that. If this guy isn't what you thought he was, we're not going to say, hold on, don't try to use the excuse, because he didn't get no preseason repetition. No, don't do that. Don't do that. If he's not going to, no, that ain't got no, buddy. Listen, you need to lower your expectations for Joe Burrow in his rookie season.
I have no expectations.
So if you ain't got no expectations, why did you just say if he stinks up the joint and doesn't play well, why did you say we're going to blame it on no preseason reps? No, we're not going to blame it on
You should blame it on them because
no. At some point throughout the regular season, you should get it together. I'm talking about throughout the course of a whole entire season. At some point, you should be able to get it together. The first 4 or 5 weeks, you may struggle, but after that, you should be able to have it together and be in a rhythm with your teammates. But let's move on and let's ask another question. Should the NFL shorten the season?
No, because I had a conversation with some guys and they were saying shorten the season and take less money. Oh, hell no. Don't shorten the season. You shorten the season, you're losing out on revenue money and player contracts. It probably won't be paid fully. And shorten the season just stupid. It's ridiculous, Trey. I don't think they should shorten the season. Just because of this pandemic. But if something crazy did happen, like did you see early in the week, 95 NFL players was tested positive for coronavirus. So
95?
95 coming into Tuesday, Wednesday today, 95 people was tested and 95 NFL players was tested positive for the coronavirus. See, if that number keep increasing before September, yeah. But as a
number it's already high enough now. 95 is high.
Hey, it is though, but fans been going crazy about they want to watch their football and stuff, but
I think that's the opposite. That's the opposite of the NBA because I think they said players got tested like July 13th or something when they entered the NBA bubble. And I think every player in the NBA right now that's in the bubble, they are now officially tested negative for the coronavirus. So that's the opposite. Oh
yeah, they all straight.
They all ready. Yeah, they ready to go. But I agree with you. I don't think they should necessarily shorten the NFL season either. Plus, I don't see it happening because those NFL owners want their money. If you shorten the NFL season, it's going to affect their pockets, and we know their bottom line. Once it's affected, it's problems. But let's move on to another topic. Let's talk about some NBA. So we were on Facebook yesterday, and we were having some fun with a nice little conversation, nice debate about some of the best scorers in NBA history. And the question here is, between Kobe, KD, Melo, and LeBron, who do you trust to get you 50 in a basketball game? Rank them 1 to 4. I'm gonna let you start off. Who do you trust? Start off 1 to 4. Who do you trust to get you 50?
Okay,
start off with 4. Go to 4. Start with 4.
Don't kill me, man. Start with 4.
Yeah.
Skinny Melo. Number 3.
Skinny Melo.
Number 4 is Skinny Melo. Number 3 is LeBron James. Number 2 is Kobe, and number 1 is KD.
What? Wait, wait a minute. Hold on. Wait. Oh man, so you got. Wait a minute. You think Kevin Durant would get you 50 and
Easy.
more than Kobe? More
Easy.
than Kobe?
Easy.
Kobe has I think he has the most 40-point games in NBA history.
Third most. 25 50-point games, and KD got 4 50-point games, but I believe that KD can score 30 in his sleep, man. I think this guy can score 30 or 40 in his sleep, man. And I think he's one of the most efficient scorers in the league right now. Like,
let me give you mine. Okay?
Yeah, let me hear yours.
I'm gonna give you 2 lists. I'm gonna give you my bias list, and I'm gonna give you my mind, like my real basketball mind list. Let's start off with my bias list. My bias list: LeBron 4, 3 KD, 2 Melo, and then 1 Kobe.
Oh.
Yes, because Kobe is the GOAT to me. Like, everybody talk about Michael Jordan. I think Michael Jordan is great. 6-time NBA champion, 6 on the finals, 6 finals MVPs. He's great. But I think Kobe is equivalent to Jordan. But that's my bias list because I'm a Melo fan. Melo averaged 24 points per game in his career, one of the greatest scorers we have in NBA history. I am a Melo fan, so I am not going to apologize for it. Now, let me give you my real basketball mind list.
Let me hear it.
LeBron 4, Melo 3, KD 2, Kobe 1. There is no way in hell I am taking anybody above the Black Mamba to give me 50 points, especially if I remember. I'm telling either of these 4 players. Let's be clear. Any of these 4 can get 50 for you. They can get it. Yeah. Let's be honest. Melo is a scoring machine. He can score it down low on the block. Melo can get to the free throw line as well. He can hit the perimeter shot. Great mid-range scorer. Kevin Durant also is a great mid-range scorer, and he is unstoppable offensively. Also, he has a great handle at 7 feet. LeBron James, we know when he wants to put his mind to it and when he wants to get to the rim, he is a freight train. Get to the cup and get to the free throw line. And we all know how skillful Kobe Bryant is as an offensive scorer. So I believe any of these 4 can drop 50 on you. But I believe if I'm telling them before the game, I need 50 from you, there ain't no way in hell I'm picking anybody above Kobe. Because Kobe going to say, I got you. Kobe going to say, I got you. Don't even worry about it. And so Kobe is going to be gunning. You know it. Kobe dropped 81. He dropped 81 on the Raptors, man. Like, RIP to Kobe, man. The Black Mamba, man.
Definitely.
Kobe, man. Yeah.
Hey, man, all due respect to Kobe, man. But I am definitely choosing Kevin Durant over Kobe, man. I'm definitely choosing Kevin Durant. And Melo is the least one that's gonna give you the 50 ball out of these 4.
You are so wrong. Okay, so no. So wait a minute. So you mean to tell me, which is our next question? Our next question is, who is a better all-around scorer, Melo or LeBron?
Definitely LeBron. Definitely LeBron, man.
Definitely LeBron. Oh man,
like you said, LeBron is a free train when he's scoring the ball, man. He can score it anytime he wants. He can score from anywhere on the floor, man. And his game improving every single year. And for Melo, I feel like he got this scoring game plan that he follows forever. And he thinks that's going to work. And it's not, man.
How is it not work? He's averaged 24 points per game on his career.
Listen,
what are you talking about?
I just believe LeBron James is a better all-around scorer than Carmelo Anthony. And look, I love Melo. But LeBron, he can score anywhere from the feet on the court, man. He's a more efficient scorer at 1, and he's a prolific scorer at 2. And he can give you 30 points in quick and a good and like 30 seconds without shooting horrible, man.
Just because you're a better efficient scorer doesn't make you a better all-around scorer. Melo has no weaknesses offensively. LeBron James, he is a freight train when he gets to the rim. I'll give you that. But Melo has no weaknesses on the offensive side of the ball. Melo can hit the perimeters. What weaknesses does he got offensively? Tell me. What shot can't Melo hit? Tell me. Wait. I'll wait. Go ahead. What shot?
Ain't about what shot he can't hit. It's about how many times he can hit it, man.
That's efficiency. I'm talking about better all around. I think Melo's a better all around scorer than LeBron James. When I think about LeBron, I don't look at LeBron as a scorer. I know he's third all time on the scoring list, but I never view LeBron as being a scorer. I view Kobe, Melo, Kevin Durant as scorers. I never view LeBron James as a scorer. LeBron James to me at times, I actually can say at one point in his career, offensively, dare I say, he was limited. He was similar to Giannis at one point in his career. At one point, LeBron wasn't hitting perimeter shots. He's improved. But at one point, LeBron wasn't hitting perimeter shots. Melo came into the NBA hitting perimeter shots. And also, the mid-range game. LeBron doesn't have a mid-range game like Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony, when he gets on that block and he gets the drop step going and he gets you right in his spot, Melo can hit that consistent mid-range jump shot time and time again. And also, Melo is a better free throw shooter as well than LeBron James. If it's a clutch moment late in the game, I trust Melo going to the free throw line more than I trust LeBron James.
I'm putting Bron at the free throw line, man.
Huh?
I'm putting Bron over Kate. I'm putting Bron over Melo
at the free throw line.
And hey, he improved. He improved over the year.
Let me ask you a question. If you need a 3-point bucket, you need a 3-point shot. Are you picking Melo or LeBron?
I'm taking Bron. I'm taking Bron. I'm taking Bron.
No. Why do I gotta talk basketball with you?
I'll take James Harden over Melo. And I will.
As we was gonna talk about James Harden, but we running low on time. As many shortcomings James Harden's had in the playoffs.
Man, we talking about specifically game winners at the 3-point line. And James
Harden chokes every single year in the playoffs. Not that Melo has done spectacular in the playoffs, but damn it, James Harden doesn't hit big shots in the playoffs. You're being disrespectful to Carmelo Anthony.
I'm not being disrespectful.
Yes, you are.
I think you just label him as the greatest scorer, one of the greatest scorers and all that, but it's players over him that's better scorers than him, man. I just believe it.
But
I can name a few.
LeBron isn't one of them.
LeBron
is a better all-around player than Melo, but he's not a better scoring machine than Carmelo Anthony.
He's definitely a scoring machine. He's definitely a scoring machine, man.
No, I said he's not a scoring machine like Melo is.
Did you see Game 6? In Game 6 of 2000 what? 2000 what? 12 against the Boston Celtics. He had 30 points. 30 points at the half, shooting 70%. And you telling me that's not great?
Let me give you, but I'm talking about better. We're talking about, the question was, who is a better all-around scorer, not efficient. Let me give you an example why Melo
is a better all-around scorer.
I'm going to give you an example with one game that proves that Melo is a better all-around scorer than LeBron James. It was a game back when Melo was with the Knicks, LeBron was with the Miami Heat. I don't even think LeBron played this particular night, but Melo had 50 points, and he didn't do anything but hit perimeter shots. He didn't have one layup. Go look it up on YouTube.
Man. Come on, man.
Huh?
Against their starters wasn't even playing that game, man.
But still, it's 50 is 50. Come on now. Stop it.
Yeah, 50 is
50. Yeah, come on now. But that's what I'm saying. Do you see a situation where LeBron James could ever drop 50 only hitting perimeter shots? No.
Definitely.
So
I can see that. I seen that.
LeBron can drop. Wait a minute. I want to make sure you understand my question. You think LeBron James could drop 50 only shooting perimeter shots?
Yeah, I believe it. I definitely believe it, man. I definitely believe it. I think you're not just giving LeBron his credit, bro, at the 3-point line, man. He's in these upcoming years, he's been showing that he's a better shooter at the 3-point line than Melo. Look, I can name games that Melo shot horrible. Remember that 1 for 16? Remember that one? Remember that when they was shooting 1 for 16, man?
We're talking about all around. I'm not talking about efficiency.
I'm just saying about efficiency, bro.
Huh?
I'm just saying. Look, LeBron is the overall better scorer than Melo.
LeBron is the overall better player, but he's not the better scorer.
Yes, he is. Like I can say the same thing for KD as being a better scorer than Melo, Kobe, Bron. I believe that, man.
This dude just said, wait a minute. This dude just said that LeBron could drop 50 just hitting perimeter shots. I can't believe I got to talk basketball with you. I can't believe it. Like,
hey, if you piss him off or they down bad in the series, I guarantee you he would do that. He would do that.
Great as LeBron James is, 3-time NBA champion, 3-time NBA Finals MVP, he is one of the greatest players in NBA history. Top 10 in NBA history as far as I'm concerned. And he's making a push to be in that top 5. And, you know, we'll talk about our NBA all-time great players on future shows. But to say LeBron James could drop 50 just hitting perimeter shots is
definitely
ridiculous.
I'm taking that risk with LeBron because I
tell you somebody else who could just hit perimeter shots and drop 50. Kevin Durant can do it. Kevin Durant can. Kobe can, but not LeBron James. No.
Yes, he can, man. Yes, he can.
But everybody remember, go and follow Wise Guys on Twitter at WiseGuys_H, also on Facebook, Wise Guys. And be sure to follow Wise Guys on Instagram with These Guys Know Sports. Clarence, we got a few topics that we missed, but we'll get back to them on Friday. We got Antonio Brown tweeting that he's officially retiring. We'll get into that. I think little AB feels a little bit hurt because he hasn't had an opportunity.
Yeah, definitely. Poor AB, man. He'll be fine, man.
man. But we got an action jam-packed show for everybody on Friday. We are live here on the Worldwide Sports Network. Hey, everybody, I just want y'all to know, as we close out the show today, Clarence said that LeBron James could drop 50 just hitting perimeter shots. I just want everybody to know that. I want everybody to know they said that.
I'm taking that risk on Bron, y'all. But hear me out. LeBron, if you piss LeBron off or he's down in the series, I'm taking LeBron. I'm definitely taking LeBron.
No.
I'm taking LeBron. In elimination games, he averaged a triple-double. I'm definitely taking LeBron.
Hey, well, I'll see you on Friday.
Oh, yeah. Man. Have a good one.
Yep.
It's the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.